I think you've smoked less than 30 days ago. Okay? One, by your actions that happened on here with you trying to duck me.
I mean, what do you do when a cop comes up right behind you?
Me? I drive straight. I just keep going where I'm going. Because you don't want to be the shiny object. You know what we do with shiny objects? Chase them down. I just jumped on him.
That's it. You're focused.
Yeah. I hate when I do that. I hate when
This
people
was awesome
do-
watching it.
You heard what I was saying, right? About how he caught my attention?
Oh, yeah, the shiny object. Yeah.
Literally, he pulled into the Burger King.
It's like fish.
He turned out of the liquor store and he turned to the Burger King. And he did it real carefully. I'm like, okay. You trying to duck me? And I flip a U-way on red to go back north. And I see him backing out immediately. And he comes over to this parking lot. And I'm like, huh. Yeah, it was funny. I was like, are you serious?
No, that's called police work. We're like predators. They run. What do we do? Our instincts. That's why I was laughing.
Hello, and welcome back to Legal Dissent, where we evaluate your constitutional rights before they're taken away. We hope that you all had a happy and safe 4th of July, a day that reminds us of the freedom that we have as Americans, and how our nation was established on the premise that individual liberties, human rights, and the right to representation within our government are worth fighting for when a tyrannical force threatens those values. Today we evaluate a video brought to us by the channel My Defense Guide. The link to their channel, the original video, case law, statutes, and all other sources used in this video are provided in the description below. Make sure to visit their channel and let them know that Legal Dissent sent you. If you have a video that you would like us to evaluate, send it our way via email, Facebook, or Twitter. All of our contact information is in the description as well. Officer Geoffrey Kirk of the West Valley, Utah Police Department stops a driver for driving too carefully late at night on May 11th, 2018.
Anything to drink tonight?
Oh, no, sir. I just barely got my booze.
Barely got your booze? You haven't had anything to drink tonight?
No, sir.
Not one at all. 491, can I get it back, please? Nothing to drink tonight at all?
No, sir. I'll be honest with you. I had a 40 earlier during the day, but I've been to the park since.
Never make statements like this to the police. It gains you absolutely nothing. Exercise your right to be silent and to not incriminate yourself.
With my family, I've had dinner. It's been...
I can smell the alcohol. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, really?
Okay, and then you tell me no, and I'm like, huh.
Okay, yeah.
So, and I don't know how your speech normally is, but it sounds like you're kind of slurring.
Right now,
Why do you got cotton mouth?
I got cotton mouth. I'm a little nervous. Yeah.
Why do you got cotton mouth? Only a few reasons I know people get cotton mouth.
According to the Mayo Clinic, dry mouth can be caused by hundreds of medications, including many over-the-counter drugs. Also, it can be caused by aging, cancer therapy, nerve damage, diabetes, stroke, yeast infection, HIV, tobacco, alcohol, meth, and marijuana. To be fair, the term cottonmouth is typically associated with a symptom of experiencing a dry mouth after smoking weed, but this highlights yet again why you should shut up when talking to the police. An attorney can usually craft a defense for you that is plausible in court to create a reasonable doubt unless you destroy that defense with your own words when talking to the police.
Dehydration?
Would you do some testing for me, bud? Just see if you're sober or not.
The officer now conducts a battery of field sobriety tests and a portable breath test. The reasonable articulable suspicion for this further intrusion on the driver's rights would be granted from the driver's own confession that he had been drinking earlier. Even though the driver stated it was one drink that occurred hours ago before he ate, that would be accepted by almost any judge as enough information to conduct further investigation to ensure the driver was not intoxicated. However, the officer already claimed that he smelled alcohol, and he mentioned the driver's alleged slurred speech. So this officer was going to conduct these tests and further the investigation regardless of the driver's responses. The driver passes all of the tests and blows all zeros on the PBT.
Whiskey 491 log, .000 PBT. Okay. Anything illegal in the car?
No, I got my beard. Just...
Mind if I look?
It's my sister's car. I just picked it up already.
That's fine. No?
No.
Okay.
The answer is always, I do not consent to any searches or seizures of my vehicle or person. Officer Kirk, however, will not be denied access to the car and informs the driver that he needs to call someone to pick him up because he does not have a license, and he asks the driver where is his phone.
And you are 21, is that all you have is a beer?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have somebody to pick you up?
My mother can pick me right up.
Because obviously you can't drive.
Yeah.
All right, give me a moment. Hang outside of the car. Where's your phone at?
Officer Kirk did not gain consent to enter the vehicle. He instructed the driver to hang outside of the car and then search the car while retrieving the phone, which the driver did not ask him to do. And this is not a valid reason for the officer to search the car. Due to this intrusion, the officer is able to find marijuana inside of the vehicle.
Cigarettes. You ever smoke weed? There's no weed in the car?
Sure.
You sure? So I'm asking if I could check it because I can smell the odor of marijuana.
Earlier, the officer claimed that he could smell alcohol. The driver then blew zeros on the PBT, and now the officer claims he can smell marijuana. Sure, Officer Kirk, we believe you.
I'm not seeing any impairment on you that you've just recently smoked weed. Okay? So we'll be going this a different way. All right? Give me a moment.
Oh, the old apple trick.
So I have a bong, an apple pipe, a red grinder, a black speckled grinder, a marijuana bag containing residue of medical marijuana, and marijuana. When's the last time you smoked weed?
It's been a while. I've been looking for a minute.
Clean for a minute. So if we did a blood draw right now, there'd be no marijuana in your system.
I doubt it.
So this is what's going to happen. I think you've smoked less than 30 days ago. Okay? One, by your actions that happened on here with you trying to duck me.
I mean, what do you do when a cop comes up right behind you?
Me, I drive straight. I just keep going where I'm going. Because you don't want to be the shiny object. You know what we do to shiny objects? Chase them down.
In order to pull someone over, the officer must have reasonable, articulable suspicion that the driver is committing a crime or violating a traffic ordinance. Per the officer's own words, he has no reasonable suspicion that a specific crime was committed, only that he was being suspicious by avoiding the officer with his traffic pattern. This is not a valid stop, and everything resulting from the stop must be thrown out as fruit of the poisonous tree.
What's that?
I just jumped on him.
That's it. You're focused.
Yeah. I hate when I do that. I hate when
This
people
is
do it to
awesome
me.
watching this.
We're going to be a blood draw right here.
Okay, that's awesome.
They hang around and
All right, no problem. See, I've never seen a blood draw out here. This is going to be awesome.
In the state of Utah, a person operating a motor vehicle is considered to have given consent to a chemical test or test of their breath, blood, urine, or oral fluids to determine if they were intoxicated while driving or not. The officer must have grounds to believe, reasonable articulable suspicion, that the driver was driving while under the influence of alcohol or drugs. This blood draw would be legal if the original stop was legal, if the search that led to the discovery of the marijuana was legal, or if the officer had reason to believe that the driver was impaired. In this case, the officer did not make a legal stop, the search was not legal, and the officer admitted that he did not notice signs of impairment, making this blood draw unreasonable and illegal, violating the driver's Fourth Amendment rights, which the court agreed with. Throwing out the evidence and the case was dismissed because of the illegality of the stop.
wasn't bad, was it?
No, I thought it was slick, man.
You heard what I was saying, right? About how he caught my attention?
Oh, yeah, the shiny object, yeah.
Literally, he pulled into the Burger King.
It's like fish.
He turned out a liquor store and he turned to the Burger King. And he did it real carefully. I'm like, okay. Are you trying to duck me? And I flip a U-ey on red to go back north, and I see him backing out immediately, and he comes over to this parking lot. And I'm like, huh.
You want me to come say hi for a reason?
Yeah, it was funny. I was like, are you serious?
No, that's called police work. We're like predators. They run. What do we do? Our instincts. That's why I was laughing.
If he would have drove straight to his house and didn't have any driving pattern, move over there.
This officer stopped the driver, searched a car without consent or a warrant, seized the driver's property, stuck a needle into the arm of an individual, seizing his blood, all for driving too carefully. This is the exact opposite of what we expect from our law enforcement. I'm glad that this case was dismissed, but that is not enough to correct this type of bad behavior by the police. What do you think? Is driving too carefully a valid reason to make a stop? Should officers be allowed to make blood draws on the side of the road due to implied consent? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time right here on Legal Dissent.